Hey, what's going on, beautiful people, man? Good evening to with you. This is gonna be a how to get rich. This is going to be a very interesting night tonight because I'm going to mix. I'm going to do two things in one, so it'll probably be a little bit longer. We'll probably go for about an hour and a half. But I'm going to start by actually really talking about. I think I want to title this "Black Fortunes" because that's the book we're going to be reading, by the way, the Black Wall Street Book Club. And but we're really going to be talking about how to get rich. And it's we're in a phenomenal space right now. We're in a time that is easier than ever before, and it just requires a few things from from the people who really want it. It only requires a couple things, and we're going to talk about what those things are, what I believe those things to be able to help a person. Now, when I say I think it's important to define rich. I think it's important to define rich because everyone has their own ideology, own opinion about what that is. But we'll get right into the show here tonight. What's going on, Vivian? What's going on, Kinata? Thanks so much for joining. Hit the like button, the share button. This is going to be one of those things that you definitely want to make sure that you're your brother's keeper and you don't want your brother or your sister to miss this. Because all too often we are missing opportunity simply because we don't get plugged in. So what's going on, YB? What's going on, Toon? Man, I can't wait. Yo, what's up, Toon? I see you've been doing your thing, brother, over on Instagram, man. I can't wait, brother. We have got to do something together, man. Matter of fact, Toon, if you're on Facebook, man, I'd love to have you come in on this conversation, brother, like right now. Like, I'm like right now type of guy. I got a link I can give you, man. You can jump right on in with me, man. We can have this conversation if you're up to it. I don't know if you're driving or what you got going on. If so, go ahead and follow me on ERGJ Enterprises on Facebook or YouTube, either one, and I can give you a link so you can actually jump in this broadcast with me. Love to have you on, brother. And this is going to be for anybody. I want this to be an open conversation tonight because I have an opportunity to bring up to 5 other people on here with me. If y'all want to talk about what it really takes to get rich, right? To get out of debt, to get free, to have success, whatever it is that you want to talk about, man. So Toon, man, hop on over on the Instagram. I mean, not Instagram, Facebook or YouTube, ERGJ Enterprises, either one of those two places, and I can actually bring you into the stream with me. Same thing for you, Big Swole, man. If you want to jump in on this conversation, it's just impromptu live. I'm gonna be doing a book club later on. I definitely love to have you on too. That's 2 brothers. If you're free. I know I'm just asking. I'm putting it out there for people that want to join in on this conversation. Make sure that you follow us on Facebook or YouTube. I can bring you in. I can bring up to 5 other people. We can have this conversation. And it's time for us to talk about this. It's way overdue because we are dealing with a cultural. We're dealing with it's a cultural mind fuck that has taken place in the Black community, and we got to use what's been used against us. We literally have to use positive propaganda to change the mindset of Black people. Yeah, we got to use positive propaganda. We have to keep putting that message. We got to be transformed by the renewing of our mind over and over and over and over again every day. It needs to happen because there's so much that's fighting against you. And it's not really not a whole lot. It's just the same thing that's been fighting you since you've been born. But by renewing your mind, by being conscious about what you put before you, who you put around you, man, I'm trying to tell you what's going on, man. It really changes the landscape of things. I'm putting this link down here right now. Toon, my brother, because I really like what you've been doing too with your there you go, Toon. What you've been doing with credit and stuff, man. I know you can talk about it. I know you're a fool too, but it's really I'm having a real conversation with your brother here tonight because we've been rolling for a while, man. So if there's anybody else who's saying you want to jump in and be a part of this conversation tonight, I just put that link down there. It's a StreamYard link on Facebook and YouTube, man. You just click that link, and it'll bring you into the studio. And then I can pull you into the conversation, man. But hey, it's time to get this show on the road, man. Y'all know what time it is. Mr. DJ. Mr. DJ, hit the music. Big Swole. little delay on my music, DJ.
The new Black Wall Street. Do it right, build wealth, live life, economic empowerment, real tips, insight on the new Black Wall Street. It's on the new Black Wall Street. It's your host.
Oh, it's about to be lit. Y'all don't know too. I'm gonna introduce you in just a second, but I see you down there. It's about to be lit up in here. I don't even know if we're gonna get to the book club. Hey, my beautiful people, man, thanks so much for joining us here tonight on the new Black Wall Street. I'm your host, ERGJ, your certified financial educator, CEO of ERGJ Enterprises, ERGJ Black Bazaar, and international best-selling author of the book, The Black Billionaires Club. That book there is a study of Black wealth. That book there is a study of the 12 richest Black people in the world today and how they built their wealth. And I just truly believe that if you want to be wealthy, that's a big if, by the way. Everybody put in console that Black wealth is a Black choice. If you want to be wealthy, I recommend that you study wealthy people. Man, everything moving slow. You probably been gone already. Okay, I guess my thing don't want to move. Y'all see it messing me up tonight. Lord Jesus. Anyway, we're going to keep going, man. See, that's the devil, man. The devil trying to come on and stop the flow. Anyway, man, hey, go on and check out the website, theblackbillionairesclub.com. That's right, theblackbillionairesclub.com. Let me hit this refresh button. I don't know why everything moves so slow today. I know why it's moving slow, but it don't matter. We're going to make do what it do anyway. theblackbillionairesclub.com. Pick up your copy today. Today's episode is being sponsored by ERGJ Black Bazaar, the Afrocentric marketplace, where we specialize in Afrocentric home decor, personal care products, and also Black art inspired gifts. You guys might have just saw on ERGJ Black Bazaar page, we got some dope designs coming out. Go ahead and check us out on the accessories page, man. You're going to see us with some dope stuff, what we call the Black Pack. Hey, man, these Black Packs are flying up out of here. Man, I'm trying to tell you, better get you something, man. You want you to get you a nice gift, something you can carry stuff around, carry all your problems in your Black Pack. That's what I'm talking about, man. Check us out here, man. We got Black Packs, mini Black Packs, boys and girls. Matter of fact, let me show you the boys' designs, because y'all been buying the hell out of these boys' designs. I mean, my goodness, this one right here is our top seller right there. Woo! Lord, y'all like that amazing black boy, man. Check us out, www.ergjblackbazaar.com, www.ergjblackbazaar.com. That's right. Hey, man, we're going to get right into this thing, man, because I'm going to bring my boy up in here, man. Let me take that off the screen, right? Let me bring my boy in here, man. That boy Tune is in the house, man. Oh, Lord. What going on,
What's
man?
going on, y'all?
Man, I'm doing, man. No see, brother. How's everything been going?
Man, everything been cool, man. It's been the same thing, man. Same crap, different toilet, man. You already know.
Same crap, different toilet. Well, tonight, too, man. It's really been very interesting, man. I'm glad you're here, man, because you're gonna be able to share some light from your side of the tracks and things that have been going on, and really what's been going well. Because one of the things I want people to understand is that we have been given the power to create. And one thing that I love about you, brother, is that you create. You really be creating some stuff, and you just make it happen. And it's like, and what I've been telling people is it's really getting easy now, because it seems to me that all of the competition is at the bottom. I mean, there really ain't much competition up at the top. It seems like all the competition is like everybody's scratching and clawing to stay just over broke. But the people who are really trying to thrive, really trying to make things happen, it's like, man, where the rest of these motherfuckers at? Tone, man, what you got to say about that, brother?
Man, it's the simplest thing in the world, man. People just don't pay attention to it, man. Like, okay, for example, the movie Baby Boy, he talked about guns and butter, buying things that matter, things that appreciate. You know what I'm saying? He talked about guns and butter, and nobody really paid attention. Then that same movie about being a buyer or a seller, you had Tyrese. He started selling dresses. He was telling his man, like, look, dude, you need to become a seller, not a buyer. And it be all types of gems, and people don't be wanting to do it, but everybody want to look like they got it, but they don't want to actually have it. So, you know what I'm saying? I just pass by the people, like, for example, few years ago, I'm gonna say a few years ago, because just in case if my baby mother is watching, I made over $200,000 that year, 200 grand. But you know what type of car I drove? A 2002 Avalanche. Before that, I had a 06 Mustang, and that car was over 10 years old. Like, all my cars have been like 10 years old or older. to now, just like 3 to 4 months ago, I bought a Mercedes Benz after making all this money. Like you can't look like you got the money and not have it. Like that's the thing, man. Like you do supposed to treat yourself, but you can't just go broke doing it. So that's the thing, man. I invest a lot, man. Like this t-shirt I got on, I only wear the majority of my clothes. I buy my own clothes. I make my own clothes. I made this t-shirt and it's my company, my trucking company. I got a t-shirt company. Every time I do something, I end up making a company out of it. So that's the thing, man. That's how you become a billionaire. Now the next thing is having everything set up, put into motion, and just executing stuff. Can I curse?
Yeah, you can, man. Listen, bro.
Oh shit! I didn't know I could curse. Do you know that's my favorite language? It's delicious. Cussing words are fucking delicious. I love them. You know what I'm saying? Shut up. Yeah, man. That's the thing, man. Just restraint, man. If you want to get rich, show a little restraint. And do your research and get you some guys like ERGJ that's on your team, man. Like that's another thing, man. Being able to call people, man. People say, "Tune, do you know everything?" I tell them, "Hell yeah, I do know everything." And be like, "How the fuck do you think you know everything?" Because damn near everything I want to know. If I don't know it already, I know somebody I can call to find out. For the most part, so that's like having access to everything. And I don't mind doing the research myself. So it's pretty much not too much that I don't know about as far as like getting like when I have problems and I stumble. Hey, bro, I need some help. And how many times have you helped me with shit or introduced me to people that know some shit that'll help me? So that's my thing, man. That's my thing. That's my biggest thing.
We got some Instagram that sometimes you got to use those words to get out. Let me talk about the cussing, right? And get out. I want you guys to understand. Y'all been fooled. Y'all been bamboozled. Listen, it's one thing to curse someone. Because some of y'all curse people without saying a cuss word. It's another thing just to cuss. So I want y'all guys to understand this stuff that y'all done learned, that they done told y'all. Listen, it's one thing to curse someone, right? You tell somebody to go to hell, you cursing someone, right? But if you just emphatically use these words to stress a point, that's not cursing. That's cussing. Y'all better understand the difference, man. So we might do some cussing up in here because some of y'all just got to get it. All right, so here's
exactly.
Now, Tune, you just talked about that, how being connected, right? You're talking about this connection, being connected to people that actually have what I call it connecting networks. I don't just connect people anymore; I connect networks. But they used to call this thing the 6 degrees of separation, and this 6 degrees of separation, that's old school. That's before the internet. Now we're talking about maybe 3 degrees of separation, where you're only at most 3 people away from what it is that you might be looking for or need. You're only about 3 connections away. It's no longer 6. It's like it cut in half because we have access. Everybody put in comments on access. You also said that the information is out there. So we have access and the information is free. You can get the information for free. So what really is our excuse other than you don't really want to?
Exactly.
You don't really
totally want true.
To. Now here's the deal, guys. You can say all day about what you want. But see, the difference is we can tell what you really want by your actions. Like if you don't go after it every day, you just talking it. It's like idle chatter. You don't really want it. You want to talk about it, but you don't really want it. So let me tell you, man, because I want to share some experiences from today. Man, brother, I had a sister hit me today. Now, this is a sister who, she a little bit, she trying to get going, I guess, right? And so I put some stuff into her hand and said, hey, here you go, man. I put money into your hand, go make it. She hit me today talking about, and I think it was like some, I gave her, I'm in Georgia, right? So I gave her some Georgia sheets. No. She got some Georgia Scullies, right? It's getting cold, right? She got a Georgia scarf, right? And she got, what else did she get? Something else, right? And she got 6 things. Now, she called me today, because I had told her, here's how much you owe me after you go make your money, right? She done called me, they said, well, I've been out there trying, but nobody seems to like Georgia. If I had, here's the thing, guys. She said, if I had a different team, I would have made some money. I would have sold out already. If I had a different team. Tell me what you got to say to my sister, because I already know that you already know. She said, if I had a different team.
Man, see, that's the mentality of people, man. Like when they just giving something, man. Like you, nigga, if I had a different team, you better you. That's like me saying if I had a different penis, I could make you have an orgasm. Like, could you imagine if a man was in the bedroom and he said some shit like that? Just, baby, if I had a different penis, you would have had an orgasm. Like, she gonna look at you like, nigga, what? Have you absolutely get the fuck out of here? Like, use what you got to get what you want, man. That's all you can do. It's no complaints. You got to do what the hell, babe. Your side is crazy. You got shit up. But yeah, like you got to use what you got to get what the fuck you want, man. Ain't no excuses in life. It ain't no what's the name. Like you go out there. You got Georgia. Make that shit the best Georgia thing ever. You supposed to say, man, have some pride in your state. Come up with a slogan. Come up with a pitch. Do what the hell you got to do. Nowadays, knowledge is out there, but people will always make excuses to themselves. You goddamn right they will. You goddamn right people make excuses, man. That's excuse. Get your ass out there. And don't be quick telling people if I had a different penis, I can make you orgasm. No, you're born with what you have, and you use that motherfucker the best you can. That's it. And you learn how to use it. So that's what she got to do. Take that advice. Learn how to use what you got.
Man,
You
yeah,
got to do.
man. So we all been at the end of the day, guys. We all been dealt a hand in life, right? You got your hand, I got my hand. We out here playing spades,
Exactly.
and you know what I'm saying. And the question is, how many books you gonna make? Now you might not get no Boston the first hand, but damn, can you get one book? You know what I'm saying? Can you make something happen? Can you get that 10 to fly? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the deal, guys. You it's so here's the thing, it's so easy. It's so easy to fall back. And a lot of times we might say something. I watch Sopranos say, man, every time I try to get out, they pull me back in. And here's what I found, Tune, is that pulling back in, or that thing that's trying to pull you back to mediocrity, pull you back into broke, pull you back into what you already know, that's your old self. I'm getting to the point where I'm understanding, man. Too, we give the devil too much credit when it's really we're the devil. We're the evil enemy of ourselves. Some of you guys just really don't understand. It's like, man, you are pulling yourself back. Although you want to move forward, the uncomfortability of the unknown, the uncomfortability of what's great on the other side, you're not willing to really leap over there because you know what's comfortable. Even though comfortable don't feel good, even though comfortable is broke, even though comfortable is disgusting, even though comfortable is worry, even though comfortable is anxiety, like we getting comfortable with stuff that's uncomfortable. This is crazy.
People just scared of failure, man. People scared to put themselves out there and try, but they don't understand that all the greats failed a million times, man. Like, it's so many great jewels. Like, what's the name of that show with Will Smith? I forgot the name of the show with Will. Not a show. It was a movie with Will Smith. He was sleeping in a bathroom stall with his son.
Yeah, Pursuit of Happiness.
Pursuit of Happiness. Like, that movie right there was amazing to me. That was one of the most inspiring movies I ever seen. Like, that dude did not fucking give up. Like, he just kept killing and killing and killing. His lady left him. He couldn't get it together. He damn near was homeless with his son, but he did not give up. And he ended up making it big in the end. And man, I think that's super dope, man. Like, you just got to go out there and you got to do this shit, and you never give up. And another thing is, don't count nobody else's hand and think that they just like the majority of people that you see that's got the cars and the houses and all the dope shit going on. They bust their ass to get there. Like, those are all sleepless nights that you seen it. You know what I'm saying? Those are all the failures and all that shit that came with. Is a lot that come with that big ticket. And that's the thing. Don't nobody want to pay for the big ticket, because you got to pay for big money. I like that. I'm gonna put that on the shirt. You got to pay to make. You got to pay to get the big money. Yeah, and you pay with your time and your effort, your sweat, your tears. Oh, you know what? That's a shirt. I'm making that. That's just a shirt. I'm making that as a shirt. I got to make that cool as shit. Help me with the shirt real fast. You pay for the big money, and then please deposit sweat, tears, sleepless nights. I'm gonna work on it, and I'm gonna get back to you with it. I'm making a shirt like that. I'm gonna write that shit down because it's gonna be dope. That's a dope ass shirt. It's gonna say YBE on the back.
Absolutely, man. We're gonna put that YB shirt right up in that Black Business Club store too, man. See, what I'm doing too, man. I'm showing people how to do group economics virtually. I'm taking it to
Oh,
a whole nother level, brother. Well, we're now selling each other's stuff and actually using each other's platforms to do that. Our websites, our platforms, and all that stuff as well. A whole nother level. And people talk about this stuff like it's a hashtag, but we actually doing it over here, and that's absolutely phenomenal, man. What I wanted to do, guys, again, man, thanks so much for joining. Let us know where you're connected from, what city, what state, what country, what city, what state, what country. We're here across Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. And I got my brother Tune here, man, from YBE on Facebook and YouTube. I wanted to talk about some of the things that are necessary, though, in order to get out of your own way. What the things that are necessary to get out of your own way. And I would say the very first thing, guys, that is required if you're going to win. And when I say win, I'm talking about if you're going to defeat your old self. The real battle, the real fight is not with the government. It's not with racism. It's not with white supremacy. The real fight is with your old self. It's your old self. It's your sinful self. It's your before you were born again self. It's your old self. The biggest fight that you have to win, you have to destroy, is your old self, your old way of thinking. All the stuff that you've been taught that is of no good. And, the conditioning that's happened, you have to recondition yourself into belief. And here's the thing, Tune, for over 2,000 years, right? It's all been about belief. For over 2,000 years, still going to 2020, we're still trying to get people to believe in themselves. To believe. So the very first thing that's going to require before you can actually start to make progress is belief. Everybody put in console belief. If you don't believe, it ain't gonna happen. I don't care how hard you go out there and work, how much you do, how much effort you put in. If you don't believe in it, it's not going to happen, because what you're doing is you're actually dispelling, or you're not attracting to yourself that what you want, because your mind is telling you you can't have it. So no matter if you even go out there on the corner, you try to do the stuff that we do, if you don't have the belief in what you're doing, it's not going to work. And when someone says that if I had a different team, they're simply saying that I don't believe.
Right. And then like it's about taking responsibility, man. Like this the part that killed me about people, man. I got so many people that be around me, or like so many people that I might talk to here and there, and I might try to mentor a little bit. And one of the worst things that I see in a lot of people is the ability to take responsibility and admit their shortcomings. It's okay not to be good at something. You know what I'm saying? But don't try to fake it till you make it. That's fucking garbage, man. You can't fake it till you make it. Because, like, for example, like you got the person like her. She say, it's the team, it's the team. No, it's you. It's your goddamn sales pitch. Are you going up to somebody like, hey, I got these hats? But you gotta make like I think it was a show I seen. It was somebody say, sell me this pen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I think that was pretty damn cool. Like, man, sell me this pen. You got to make a need for it. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to make it seem like these hats. If you don't buy these hats, you missing not only a great deal, you missing out on something that's a necessity. You know what I'm saying? But if you just going up and offering it to people, no, you don't just make an offer. You sell it. You're actually selling yourself in the form of a hat. Like I could sell anything. I'm so shit. I didn't even know I could sell. Like you got to be able to tap into your ability to actually sell to people. But if you messing up, you know what I'm saying? You got to be able to say, hey, what am I doing wrong first? For example, my ex, she had a
hold on, Tune. That's a great question. Everybody put in console, what am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? That's one of those questions. Again, when you ask the right questions, you begin to get the right answer. Go ahead, Tom. What am I doing wrong?
Exactly. Like, for example, my ex, she had a lipstick line. You remember Kissy Face, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So she had a lipstick line, and we were sitting at a vendor's booth. She had a vendor's booth, and she just was letting people walk past. And then I just had to pull her to the side and get on her, like, what are you doing? like sell to people. Like people just walking past, grabbing candy, walking past. I'm like, sell to people. So I started grabbing people, and I didn't even know I could sell it. And I just started grabbing people, grabbing the lipstick, putting it on their arm, the sample, like, hey, this is a great shade for you. You'll look great like this. And we sold out. It's all about being able to take the constructive criticism and say, she could have just, wow, what you mean? This my stuff, and play the power play, but she was open to listen. And the end result is you sell out. It's okay to get help. It's okay. But she was able to step back and say, okay, I'm gonna let this dude do this. This is my brand, but I'm gonna let him do this, and I'm gonna see where he's going with it and see what I can do. And then she learned how to do it, and then she started grabbing people and selling. So you can learn, you just get better when you're able to take responsibility for your stuff and be able to get better from it. That's the whole thing. If you're doing it wrong, like it's when I find out I'm doing something wrong, I'll be super excited. Cause now it's like, damn, I've been doing this all wrong all this time. Now I'm excited, like shit. Now I got the opportunity to do it right. Now I know how to do it right. You know what I'm saying? That's how you supposed to do it. What am I doing wrong? Damn, everybody typing, what am I doing wrong?
and here's the deal, guys. I think to add to that, too, when we get to what am I doing wrong, before that, I think sometimes we have to ask this question: how am I thinking wrong? Right? Because how you're thinking, right, goes into what you're doing, right? It goes into what you're doing. And he said salesmanship begins with the belief in what you do. Right. It believes in what you do. Now, like Toon said he can sell anything. I can sell anything. And I would say I don't necessarily have to believe in that product that I'm selling. You know why? Because I believe in me. That's what
Exactly.
I believe in me. All right.
Exactly.
I believe in me. So belief, I believe, guys, is the number one thing for you to be able to get past whatever it is that you're dealing with, whether that be something financially, emotionally, socially. It's belief. It's belief in yourself that, hey, you can do it. Everybody put a console, I can do it. Now, a good friend of mine said, man, she said you just gotta see because I had set up this thing to him where I was doing these events and I'm going places, I'm doing my thing or whatever, and I got people that are coming with me. But then I want to eventually get to people to go do it themselves, right? And here's what happened. This weekend, I set something up on Saturday. And I said, hey, you can go here and I'll be here. So I'm trying to expand the enterprise, right? Well, how about they said, well, hey, I'm not going to go on Saturday. And I know the reason why they're not going. They're not going because I'm not going to be there. Although the opportunity is there, although I set it up, although they could be there and they can do whatever it is they want, we got it straight up. They not going to go because I'm not being there. Like they it's like riding my coattail, thinking that I'm going to make them successful. And I'm trying to empower them to believe that they can be successful themselves. What's your thoughts on that, brother?
It is number one, confidence. Like I'm looking at this comment, salesmanship believes in the belief in what you do. Exactly. And it's all about confidence, man. Confidence. You got to be confident not only in the product, you got to be confident in yourself. And a lot of people don't know, like, dude, you got to go out there and you got to just go out there and not be scared to fail, not be scared to fall on your flat on your face. It's going to happen. You learn from it. That's it. You can do it. Like you learn from it and you make your mistakes, you learn from it and you move forward. Like my man say on Friday, you live to fight another day. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to Pops, man. Rest in peace to Pops, man. Straight up. But yeah, though, man, that's the game, though, man. That's how it is, man. People, you know what? The thing that kills me, right? I mentor a lot of niggas in the street, right? Like there's a lot of people in the street that kind of look up to me. Okay, I gotta come over this way. That look up to me, right? And like I try to reprogram their mind. The first thing when they start doing, and they get a job, right? They try to get a job and they get a lot of doors slammed in their face a lot of time because a lot of their criminal background, of course. And they be like, man, they ain't gonna hire me, man. Forget it, man. I'm about to give up. I be like, okay, how many times you been in jail, bro? I'm talking about misdemeanors and all. Man, I lost count. I'm like, okay, now that's all the times you failed at selling drugs. You failed every last time, but you got up out of jail and you try it again, right? Yeah. Now you get 3 doors slammed in your face and you quit. You're a coward. You just scared. You scared you picking the doors. Like, so if this door slamming in your face, you okay with it. Going to jail is a door slamming in your face. You did it wrong, buddy. You failed. You went to jail. That's like being fired. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't do that. So then they be like, you right. It's all about reprogramming your mind. Get out there, do it. Do what makes you uncomfortable until you get comfortable with it. That's the game plan. That's how it works.
Man, everybody put in the comments, do what makes you uncomfortable until you get comfortable. I love that, man. Do what makes you uncomfortable until you get comfortable. Now, here's the deal, guys. As he's saying, I go back to our childhood, right? I remember that time I wanted to learn how to ride that bike. It was uncomfortable in the mud, but I really wanted to ride that bike. I wanted to go, whee!
Straight up.
You know what I'm saying? And so it was uncomfortable falling down a couple of times. It was uncomfortable getting my knee scratched a couple of times, but I got back up until riding a bike became comfortable. Then I was riding a bike with no hands. Oh, whee! Then I was doing little ups on the curb. Boop, you know what I'm saying? Hitting that thing, going on the back wheel one time. I was like, whee! But it wasn't comfortable while I was bumping my goddamn head, I can tell you that.
Man, I'm telling you, that's what it's about, bro. Exactly what it's about, man.
So, guys, we talk about belief, man, being one of the first things you got to have, I believe. If you're going to make any type of progress, you got to have belief. I would say the next thing that you got to have, very important, I call this the starting point of all achievement, is desire. You got to want to do it. I mean, your mama can't want you to do it. Your husband can't just want you to do it. Your children just can't want you to do it. You got to want to do it. So that begs the question, what the hell do you want to do? See, that's why I love in the good book, it uses this word called if. It just means free will. You can choose what you want to do. If you want to go this route, you go that route. You want to go this route, you want to go that route. All this stuff is available to you and I. It's available for you to get rich, but do you want to get rich? So what is it that you want to do? That's a great question. I'm telling you, that's probably, if we start talking about life and finding your purpose in life and all this shit that people trying to figure out, man, all I want to know is what is it that you want to do? Desire is the starting point of all achievement. Man, let me ask you this too, man, because you done created so much stuff. You've been over here doing the media thing, and you've been doing the trucking thing, and you've been doing all the stuff, building credit and help people with that stuff. Tell me about your starting point. When did you get to the point where you just decided this is what the hell I want to do?
I didn't know. I was asked, okay, I'm going to try to shorten the story. Like, I was doing amazing stuff, and I didn't even know it was amazing till, like, I learned that, like, dude, that was amazing. I was working at a job called Terminex Pest Control, for people that don't know. And, like, I went to school for building computers before. So I knew how to build computers and upgrade them and, repair them. So when I was in Terminex, I used that as a racket. And I was like, oh, man, I'm going to use this as a racket to all my pest control customers. Every time I walk past their computer, I always ask for, hey, how's that computer doing? Does it run fast? Then they're like, no, man, it's messing up. And next thing you know, I was getting a lot of computer customers off of it. And I was doing a lot of side jobs, for pest control. So I was doing that, and I was making like a decent amount of money under the table doing that. So as I kept doing, and I just kept doing it, and every time I would find a need. And then like my ex-wife, she wasn't working, so I was telling her like, hey, you know what? I go in these people's houses, and they need to clean it. Because they got roaches or mice or spiders or ants, things that actually go after food sources, and they need somebody to specially clean. I could show you how it needs to be cleaned, and you could go in. So I'll just get your business cards made. We won't use your last name, and you could go clean. And it would have been a dope racket, but she ain't want to jump on board. So my mind just always processed the information like that. So after a while, I started actually
on Instagram. They just said genius. They just said genius. Go ahead.
Yeah. So like, I'm like, damn, man, like I kept on doing this and doing it and doing it. And I was making real good money. Like I have a $500-600 weekend. and just go like I was getting daycares and I was day tech support. I had a daycare that I was day tech support, and I used to end up running up a check that ended up having to pay me $500-600. Then I ended up getting a tax service. Their computers kept going down. They had old computers, so I kept on going. Do what makes you uncomfortable until it's come. People keep saying I'm liking that, man. It's dope. So you know what I'm saying? I just kept doing it and doing it and doing it, and then next thing you know, like I had a booming service. And after that, I became a truck driver and I ended up buying my truck. And I kept doing that. Then I started being on social media. And it grew from me just talking in front of the camera to actually monetizing it, making a course. I sold a course. I made so much money off that course when I first started selling it. I made over like 20 grand the first year off selling a $50 course. I made $20,000. So $50 course. Then people started saying, hey, why don't you set up my bit? It was a business setup course. So a business credit course. So then people learned about structuring their business and having a business credit. Then I started telling them, hey, the people start asking me, hey, Tune, can you set it up for me? So I made that a service. And then now I'm learning that this is now I'm about to give you guys is this way. I'm about to give you guys one of the biggest business secrets ever on the house. Invest your time into one business. Give all your energy into that one business, and it will give birth to more businesses. I swear to God. People are going to ask you for whatever is the like, I call it like sibling to your business. I started off with a business credit course. Right after that, people say, hey, Tune, can you set up my business for me? Now I started doing a service called setups. So that's the credit course was cheap. And then now they want the setups is a little bit more. I thought they wasn't going to sell. They started selling like hotcakes. I'm doing setups left and right, left and right, left and right. Then people say, hey, Tune, man, about the business, man, how I supposed to do this? I'm like, that's considered marketing. Then I kept on getting marketed. They like, man, you should do a course on it. I'm like, damn, made the course. It starts selling. People start saying, man, Joe, like I like them shirts you got on. This, because I got some shirts made. They like, man, you should start doing. Next thing you know, ended up buying the t-shirt set up. Start selling shirts. They selling. Now people like, man, Tune, you got the business credit. You doing the setup. Man, but I need my personal credit. Just made a personal credit course. You see what I'm saying? Like people always, and people been begging me for a trucking course. Like you need to do a course on trucking. I'm telling you, like, I swear to God, I'm telling you, super easy, man. Super easy, man. If you do one business, I'm telling you, people are going. If you open up a freaking a meal prepping service, people gonna start saying, "Hey, do you cater?" Now you going out and you doing events and you catering. Oh man, this. Do you do consultations? Yeah, sure do. Oh man, would you make a cookbook? No problem. Like I'm telling you, I swear to God, your business, when you start off your business, it's a pregnancy. Treat it like a pregnancy. You can't get pregnant no more while you're pregnant. Your business is your pregnancy. And at the end of that pregnancy, I'm telling you, you will give birth to more businesses. I'm telling you.
Yeah, and
That's straight game right there.
Man, that's right.
I've been trying to make quotables because they keep on writing them down and filling my head up. I keep on seeing all the people writing down what I'm saying, and it's making my head big. So I want to make more.
When my dad said, research the environment. If you're afraid, learn what people want, then give it to them, man. Absolutely. Desire. Make me feel uncomfortable. I want to be rich. I want to be free. I'm still asking that question, guys. What is it that you want? We're still talking about desire. Now, Tune just helped us out, man. And this is really just the evolution. It's when you really start talking about multiple streams. Those multiple streams of income are really from the same river, right? But so many of us, because we don't want to get planted in the soil, don't want to get planted in the ground, we end up letting other opportunities toss us to and fro, and we never get established in any one particular thing. This is why I'm not big on network marketing. Not that you can't do it, but if you're going to do it, stick to it. But man, when you see somebody jumping from left to right, to left to right, to left to right, you can tell. You can just simply say to them, you're not a star. Matter of fact, I'm glad I brought this up. Because I had a sister hit me up today. Let me tell you this story here because you were talking about marketing. So, I'm a marketing king. You know what I'm saying? I'm in people inbox, I'm in everybody, I'm in front of everybody. I hit her up, let her know what I got going on. Here's her response to her. She said, your messages are getting quite extensive or something like that. And she was like, if you would support my business, extensive, she said, if you support my business, I would consider continuing to support your business. So the first thing I said in my mind was, bitch, please. Who the fuck you think you talking to? I didn't say that. Here's what my response was. I said, well, this is interesting. I said, on one end, you have someone that's extensive. And you have on the other end someone who's non-existent. Like you say you in business. How come when I look at your page, I don't see nothing about your business? But yet you saying support me. And this is the stuff that people do. So you're going to try to guilt trip me into continuing to do business with me by me buying something for you when I didn't even know you was in business. And you know why I didn't know you was in business? Because you don't make no noise. You know why?
I swear to God, look, I swear to God, this I got to interject. I got to interrupt. I swear to God, I got to say this. And I'm probably going to have to, okay, I'll tell you when the door closed. But like, okay, I got to say this. It's just like that Popeye's chicken sandwich, right? Everybody is getting so mad and talking shit about it. And they like, if y'all only supported black businesses like that. And I get so fucking mad because that's a goddamn lie. I get support from black people all the time. They buy my shit. Like when I'm actually doing the legwork to put myself out there. Like they buy my stuff. So it's like, what? Another thing, like, okay, it was a young lady out here in Fort Wayne. Her name is Tootie. She's got a little meal service where she just do meals. She is amazing with that shit. She do some of the most unhealthy shit, and I'm telling you, like, it looks amazing. She is cold, and she get 300-400 likes on her shit. She sell out every day. So that is the equivalent of the chicken sandwich too. She getting the same type of traffic.
Yeah.
Off of her shit. It's just like, you can't be lazy doing this shit though. But look, this is what I gotta say. My lady gotta go to work. And I'm definitely very sexually attracted to my, oh yeah. I gotta go. I got some stuff I wanna put into her mind real fast, you know. I wanna definitely, you know, I wanna go back and forth with her about a few ideas.
Shut the fuck up, man. Hey, make sure you inbox. I gotta get your number, man. I got a new phone. I don't even know if your number's still the same, man. We need to relink, man. We got 2020, man. It's all about expansion, brother. So make sure we get that thing going.
Man, bro, like, man, if you ain't got my number, I'm about to, let me see. Can I put it in the chat? Okay, private chat.
Yeah, you can put it in private chat.
Yeah, because I definitely need to know this app you using, because you going live across all platforms.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, took himself off, man. I told y'all, boy, Tunes is something else, man. Yeah, he did say that. He did say, man, you cannot get some more pregnant while you were pregnant yourself. Amen. Today, say I'm gonna use that, man. Yeah, absolutely. So Tune got some business to take care of. I got the Tune. I got the Tune on the number, man. I'll make sure I lock that in. Now, let's get back. Did I lose? Oh, I ain't lose everybody. All right, fantastic. So here's the deal. Right? You got belief. Right? You gotta have, if you don't have, that's the starting point of everything. What you believe is what you achieve. Oh, you didn't? That's cool, man. I got your number, Tune. I know you gotta get busy. You got belief. If you don't believe, if you don't believe in you, then why the hell should send anybody else? Okay? And too many of us are trying to get other people to believe in us when we don't believe in ourselves. And then you get mad at them. No, you should be getting mad at yourself because you don't believe in you. 2, desire. Right? What do you want? Don't you know that's one of the most difficult things for people to answer? When I said, hey, what do you want? Well, I don't know yet. Well, how the hell are you going to get it? You don't know what you want. You don't know what you really want. You don't really know what you want. You haven't really figured it out. You ain't sat down for a minute. Now you got all this time in the world. You got time to watch TV. You got time to listen to the radio. You got time to hang out with people that ain't talking about nothing. But you ain't got time to figure out what you want. And then you wonder why you're not getting it. because you ain't figured out what you want. Okay? Desire. What do you want? Now, the good Lord is saying, I'm going to give it to you. The universe is saying, I'm going to give it to you if you just figure it out. If you just tell me what you want. How many guys have been in a relationship, right? And you trying to figure out your mate, and your mate is like one of the most complex people in the world. And you're like, man, if you just tell me what you want, I give it to you. Or your children, or something like that. You just tell me what you want, I give it to you. That's what the good Lord is saying to you. If you just say it, if you just figure it out, if you just say, I'm going to give it to you. It's my pleasure to give you what you want. It's my pleasure to give you the desires of your heart, but you got to speak that thing. And too many of us, day by day, week by week, month by month, year by year, decade by decade, never simply sell the universe or tell anybody else or tell our best friend or whatever what exactly you want. Desire is the starting point of all achievement. After that, man, I'm going to say this. With desire, which is the wanting of the thing, the obsession of the thing, whatever that is, then you got to have a destination. Where are you going? What do you want? Where are you going? These are simple questions that we seem to make complex, and we never really figure out until we never really move. Because nothing's moving us. Nothing is pulling us. And he said, as you draw closer to me, I'll draw closer to you. As you draw closer to me, I'll go close, which means that you got to take a step. Everybody putting God, so take a step. You got to take a step. Now, what was I talking about? Oh, my example. So the lady say to me, she say, my messages are getting quite extensive in her inbox. And I'm like, you're damn right. You either gonna buy something from me or you gonna follow or block. That's how I operate. So she said, but then I said, well, dang, you in business and you trying to guilt trip me into doing business with you when you ain't really doing business. You doing side hustle. You doing every now and then. You doing when you feel like it. Matter of fact, you so incognito in your business, nobody know you in business. That's why you ain't got no business. That's why nobody's doing business with you. You so incognito. Now we see too many people that are so incognito in their businesses, and then they complain about nobody doing business with them. Now here's her response. She said, here's what she said. I forget exactly what she said, but she said something to this effect. Well, I got if you ever, all you got to do is ask questions. Okay, well, what do you mean? Why am I going to ask you questions about something I don't even know exists? And I got a whole bunch of knowledge to share, and it's free. Okay, well, you got so much knowledge that you could share, and it's free. Well, why the hell aren't you sharing it? What are you waiting on? What is this? What are we doing here? You got knowledge that's free that you could share, but you're not sharing it. Why not? Let me say that again. You got knowledge that you could share for free, but you're not sharing it. Why not? What are you waiting on? You waiting on me to tell you to share the free knowledge that you got? Why would I do that? I don't know that you got that knowledge. It's not making any sense. I want you to see how silly we talk. And then we try to get people to understand. Or we try to get people to sympathize with us off some silly shit that we're saying. So then she went on to say, she said, well, if you, it said, and I can send you a catalog. What the hell I need a catalog for? Why don't you put something on your Instagram so people can see that you're in business? This does not make any sense. What are you doing? Why has it got to be such a secret? She said, and this is not your typical business. Well, I don't know what kind of business it is. It don't matter. What I do know is that every business needs marketing. If you ain't marketing your stuff, then nobody know you exist. And if nobody know you exist and nobody's doing business with you, nobody spending money with you, it don't matter what kind of business it is. And here's what I said. I said, isn't it ironic that you're in a network marketing business and you don't know how to market? Your idea of marketing is, I'll send you a catalog. Your idea of marketing is, let me get your email. Your idea of marketing is, let me not share the free information that I got to share with you, but I do got it to share. I coulda, woulda, shoulda. That's your definition of marketing. But then you're going to tell me it's a different kind of business. No, you're a different kind of person. Yeah. It ain't about the business. It's about you. And because I've not spent any money with you, because I don't know that you're a business, because I never see anything from you, now you're going to try to guilt trip me and act like I need your business. Like I just did not know you was a business. Now I try my best. I did. I tried my best to salvage her because that's one of those points, right? That point. It's either we're gonna go off the cliff. It's gonna be no more of us talking, or say somebody's gonna try to say, you know what? So what I did was I just saved face because it just wasn't worth it. I could have ruined her dreams right there, but I don't like to do that. So I said, hey, just send me a catalog. And that way I can end the conversation. Because clearly she ain't ready to learn. She's not open to understanding. I've been business for myself. I've been in business for myself for a long time. You ain't willing to listen to me. Well, who the hell are you willing to listen to? Because what you're doing ain't business. What you're doing is hobby. What you're doing is I might get around to it. What you're doing is what you do. Let me tell you what she's doing. What she is doing is called broke. That's what she's doing. It's called broke. And what I'm saying to you people is I just want to help as many people as possible get so uncomfortable with being broke that they're willing to do whatever's necessary to get rich. See, we'll go broke for our kids, but not many of us to get rich for them. It's almost as if we glorify the struggle. Why? We don't have, now we might have to struggle to break through. We struggle to overcome. There is no struggle. Where there is no struggle, there is no progress. So we will struggle to progress, but we ain't got to live a struggling life all our life. These are choices. These are choices. It's the big if statement. If you would market your business, then you will have customers. If you do this, then you will get this. If you spend less than you earn, then you will be rich. It's the if statements. And many of us simply haven't chosen to do what's necessary to get what we desire. Now, of course, in order to do that, you got to figure out what you desire. If you ain't figured out what you desire, then what the hell you waiting on? How much more time got to go by before you figure out what the hell you want out of this thing called life? If you ain't going, I'm telling you, that's one of the most important things that you can do for you, for your family, for your community, for the world, is to figure out what the hell it is that you want. I can go on. I got so many stories, but I will say this: my girl here, my girl Kinata. Let me tell you something. Now, this woman here, I'm telling you, I love me some phenomenal students, and I want to share with you some of the characteristics of some phenomenal students. The number one characteristic of a phenomenal student, in my opinion, is they listen more than they talk. A student must be a person that listens, because you got to be a good follower before you can be a good listener. Now, the good book says like this. It says, be quick to listen. Everybody put in the console, be quick to listen. Be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to anger. Now, what I find is that most people are quick to speak, they're slow to listen, and they're quick to anger. How many of you guys know some people that just take one thing and they go off? They're always just filled with anger. Like, dang, is everything got to be everything got to cause commotion? Every little thing. You can't allow one person to make a mistake in their life as if you perfect. So a good student, in my opinion, begins with listening. They're like, man, I'm going to listen. I'm going to take notes. I gotta implement some of this stuff. How can you get it if you won't even listen? So a good student, right? A good student is quick to listen. Now, here's what happens when you're quick to listen to someone who actually got some wisdom to share. Now, I'm not saying be quick to listen to everybody. Some people ain't got shit to say. Don't listen to them. Don't listen to the numbnuts. Don't listen to them. I'm talking about people that can actually make a difference. Wise counsel. Listen to that. The second thing that a good student, I was like, wow, she's serious. She's about it. The second thing I call is called the spirit of immediately. They don't delay. They don't procrastinate. They don't wait. They get a task or they get something type of instruction, they get an idea, whatever, and they go to work on it right then and there. The spirit of immediately. I'm telling you, if I find people that have the spirit of immediately, I will jump through hoops for these people because they get shit done. Son, be quick to listen. Spirit of immediately. See, this is why I don't take on all clients or all students, because some students are just simply lazy. And what they want, what they really want in their heart of hearts, What they really want is for someone else to do something for them that they could actually do themselves. Right? Some people just simply want other people to do for them what they could do for themselves. And that's the problem, right? You want other people to work for you, but you're unwilling to work for yourself. You want other people to research for you. Now, it's okay, because you know what happens when you're a person that wants everybody else to do something for you that you're unwilling to do for yourself? It's called you pay me. And that's another thing. Now you're paying for free knowledge. It's free if you go get it. It costs if you want somebody to get it for you. Uh-oh. Let me say that again for the people in the back. It's free if you're willing to go get it. In other words, you go out there with your fishing rod. You go out there, you cast that rod into the sea. You go out there and you reel it in. You go out there and you scare that thing, and you ready to eat. But if you want somebody to give you a fish, you pay. And some of y'all got a problem with paying. Well, if you got a problem with paying, you got to learn how to fish yourself. And you can't have it both ways. Some people, you can't get the cake and eat it too. You got to be quick to listen. Right? Spirit of immediately. Spirit of immediately. Now, quick to listen also means that you're teachable. Right? Right? And then the third thing, which is probably the first thing. You got to have a positive mental attitude. You just simply have to have a good attitude. A positive. Nobody wants to be around a Debbie Downer. Nobody wants to be around someone who always talking about what can't work and what won't work. No, a positive mental attitude. I mean, you're just saying, you know what? I don't necessarily got it all together, right? I don't know it all, right? But if the teacher say do it, at least I'm gonna try. Not scared to fail. Like, if he said it work, it's gonna work. I mean, even if it don't, it don't. But it's shit. Damn, I'm gonna sit here in my mind and meditate on all this stuff for this long. Gotta have a positive mental attitude. And so this woman today, man, I was so proud of her. I like, man, because I talked to him sometimes when you first start talking to somebody, you're establishing a relationship, you're trying to fill them out, you're trying to see, man, is this a person who can take this? Because I'm people that know me, they know I brings it. I don't pussyfoot around. I bring it. And some people just can't deal with my teaching style. That's okay. What I keep telling people is I don't care, because at the end of the day, I get results. And people might not like my methods, but they love my results. And so I said, okay, she seemed like somebody could take this. Okay. So I start, throwing some little nuggets out there, see if she catches. She catches, she go do something with it. Boom, bam, boom, bam. Then she hit me on Instagram. Boom, bam. I'm like, oh, shit. She, bam, bam. She like, boom, boom. I'm like, oh, she hitting back. She swinging back. Right? She's swinging back. Man, won't you know today? And then, so I let her into we got a club, Black Billionaires Club. I let her in for free. I said, man, I'm just going to give you, to the end of the year. You know what I'm saying? You really trying to get it. You know what I'm saying? I want to try to feed into you as much as I possibly can over the end of the year, the end of the decade. Man, she done came up in the club, and she doing something that most people won't do. Guess what she's doing? She's actually contributing. She's actually making deposits into the club and I would say, I wouldn't say that she's doing it I think she's doing it because that's who she is. But she's making deposits into the club, and that's actually a part of what I would call bartering. So although money she might not have had at the time, I don't know whether she does or doesn't. She said, well, what I do have is this, and this is what I'll give. Most people won't do that. They'll join something, they get free access, you give them an opportunity, and guess what they do? They take it for granted. They make no deposits, but they have no problem making withdrawals. They make no deposits. So she's been doing her little videos of working out, and I said, listen, you working out? Right? Why don't you just, pop some videos in there once a week? She do it 2-3 times a week just to try to motivate other people to stay healthy. And guess what I can do with that? Man, you keep doing that, we're gonna have you on TV somewhere. We're gonna have you doing, man. If this is what you want to do, we're gonna have you doing it. Because you're showing that you're willing to give. It's better to give than it is to receive. Now, I know we done read that before. We probably heard it in some church. It's better to give than it is to receive, but most of us don't operate like that. Most of us operate in selfishness. that it's better for me to get, and the damn if I get it's better for me to get, damn if I give to somebody else. As long as I get, I'm okay. And we don't understand that these universal laws, we are simply working against them. They're not working in our favor because we're not working the laws. Now I get it. We haven't been taught these things. Or have we? I don't know. They're in the book. They're in the book. So we can say we haven't been taught, or I could say you haven't read. Which one's more powerful? I haven't been taught, or I simply chose not to read. That's why I keep talking about that, right? People go to church every Sunday, still have not read the book. Therefore, they do not know the laws, and they can't operate in those laws. And y'all think I'm crazy. I'm simply saying this is what I've seen in my 40 years of being here on the earth. Every week you go, and every week nothing changes. Why? Because you don't read the book. And because you refuse to read a book that you have been professing over the past 20, 30 years, and you still have not read the book. That's a problem. That seems to me that you're not studying to show yourself approved. It's in the book. That same book is the greatest financial literacy book ever written. It tells you what to do with money. That same book, it tells you how to think. That same book that no one reads changes lives when you read it and then apply it. Taking people for granted all the time. So anyway, guys, belief, desire, destination. And the fourth thing I would say after that, guys, belief, desire, destination. That destination means a chief aim, a definite chief aim, knowing exactly where you want to go or what you want to accomplish. Belief, desire, destination, and the last one, execution. See, a good student gets stuff done. They execute. They make no excuses for why something could, whatever. Let me say, I was supposed to do a show earlier today at 8 o'clock. And I'm telling you, I'm getting so serious about my time. I was supposed to do a show at 8 o'clock. I emailed the brother this morning, right? Say, hey, we're still good. He said, yes. I said, cool. I'm going to send you the link. I sent him a link. I said, hey, make sure you hop on 30 minutes early, 7:30 Eastern Standard Time, so that we can do a check. So now I'm like, cool. I'm all excited, ready to rock and roll. 7:30 get here, I log on, don't see him. I'm like, okay, whatever, run a little behind. 7:40 get here, I don't see him. I'm like, okay, what's going on? I guess he run a little behind. 7:45 get here, I said, okay, let me go ahead and reach out to him, my email, and say, hey, I'm here in the studio, supposed to be here at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. I sent you the information. What's going on? So then he hits me at 7:50 or 6:50, said, oh, it's 6:50. I forgot I was 1 hour behind. I'll hop on in a second. So I stayed on till 8 o'clock. I didn't see him. Guess what I did? Deuces. I'll catch up with you later. And I got on phone, started talking to Kenan and all that stuff. Now, why did I do that? Some of y'all always say, well, to be patient. No. See, I am not going to let someone else's procrastination become my delay. 8 o'clock when I'm supposed to go on. 8 o'clock we can't go on. I'm going to go do something else. We may reschedule later. But clearly, you didn't see 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. Clearly, I didn't hear back from you at all throughout the day. I'm thinking we good, and I'm still reaching out to you, trying to give you an opportunity. Number 3, you're not a part of the Black Billionaires Club. You haven't invested anything in me. I'm trying to do something for you. On to the next one. See, when I'm telling you, I've gotten so serious about my time, so serious about success, so serious about what I want to accomplish. I no longer listen to that chatter that tells you you should do this and you should do that and this and that and that. No, we set a time. Black folk, for some reason, have a problem with being on time. That's not my problem, right? I don't operate like that, and I'm not going to operate like that. Y'all want to be late? Be late. Not with me. I ain't got that kind, because my time is so valuable. And I want you to understand, Black people, that because as a culture, and I'm just talking about cultural stuff, because as a culture, we don't value time and we don't value other people's time. Time is more valuable than money. So because we don't value time and the time of other people, we also don't value something that's less valuable than time, which is money. So as you move up the ladder of value and you start to ask yourself, what are some things that are more valuable than money? And do I value those things? You'll start to see a whole trend of devaluing things that are valuable. It's another way to say this. You and I, most of us, have majored in minor things. See, some of us, we are excellent. I mean, we are major. We got the degree. We got all this. We got the degree when it comes to how to argue. Most of us know how to do that. Oh, we know how to argue. I mean, we got the letters. We scholars. We got straight A's when it comes to how to argue. We know how to do that. That's majoring in something that's minor, right? And many of us we done majored in how not to communicate. Oh, I know how to look a certain way, not say no. We done majored in unspoken expectations. Oh yeah, I expect something from someone, but I don't say it. But I majored in unspoken expectations. And then we get frustrated, we get disappointed, we get all this stuff because we never opened up our damn mouths and told somebody what we expect or what we like or what we appreciate or whatever the case may be. We done majored in that. That's majoring in something that's minor. But something as simple as being on time, something as simple as valuing other people's time or appreciating the time they set in order to meet you for whatever it is, whether it be lunch or whether it be an appointment or whatever. A matter of fact, I would say even being on time for an opportunity, we won't even show up for that. That's called minoring in something that's major. That's major, but we've made it minor. Do you understand what I'm saying? Now, Twins Inc., you say that time is money. That's absolutely not true. Time is not money. Time is more valuable than money. Money you can get more of. Time you can't. See, time is finite. Money is infinite. So time is more valuable than money because time is more scarce than money. See, these simple things that even when we say that, it's like, man, we got to start getting to truth and start understanding that a lot of these little sayings that are in our community, which are false, have gotten up because we say them so much, they become true. They're not true. They're not true. Ever said, what book you talking about? ERGJ, I have the Black Billionaires Club that sent me way back that I have not read your book yet. I have been. Okay. I was talking about the Bible. But the book, that book too. I mean, think about all the books that's sitting on your shelf right now that you ain't read. I mean, let's just be honest, right? The book sitting up there right now that we got, which is good. We stuck the step, we put our money invested in it. We'll get around to it at some point. And it's sitting over there waiting for that day when you say, you know what? I'm going to read this book. I got it for a reason. I think I got it to read. Right? Let me ask this question. Y'all talking about the Bible, right? Okay, is there anybody here that's watching right now live who can say you've read the entire Bible? Is there anybody here? Now, I'm telling you about 1% of people I ever come across who has actually read from cover to cover, from page 1 to page 1357, whatever it is. Is there anybody here that's actually read the whole entire Bible once in their life? And when I start asking this question, I'm like, don't y'all find that a problem? That you literally are saying that you appreciate this God that wrote this book, but you don't appreciate the book that he wrote, and he tells you to read and study and meditate on the word day and night, but you in your lifetime, you haven't read the entire book. You haven't made that a priority to read the Bible that you cherish so much. We're going to get crickets on that. I always get crickets on that one. Have you ever read the entire Bible in your life? Think about that. These are the silly things to me. It doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense. Hey, Martin said, often we do miss out on opportunity because we do not explain exactly what we do. Right? We don't explain exactly what we do. That's being honest, Vivian. Being honest. Nope, not even when I was in church 4 times a week. Like, look, ever said, yeah, no, most of the chapters is Sunday school at church. Look at this. Like, just being honest. Like, you see what I'm saying? I don't find many people at all. Many people at all. Going to church, all their life and ain't read the Bible. Can somebody help me can somebody tell me that makes sense? Can somebody tell me that that's what the good God who wants you to have all the knowledge that come, all the wisdom that's in that book, all the instructions that's in that book, all of that stuff, he wants you to have it and it's available to you and you got it, that you put it on your nightstand, you put it on your shelf, you got it available to you, and you're 30, you're 40, you're 50, you're 60, you're 70 years old, all this time. You made time for everything else. But what I would say probably is one of the most important things, if you're a believer, haven't made time for that in your entire life. Now, I'm not trying to come down on you. I'm just saying it doesn't make, the kind of stuff I kept asking. I said, this is not making any sense. I'm joining these organizations, these churches, these religious organizations, whatever you want to call them, and they ain't even reading the Bible. What the hell what do I need to do that for? Anyway, whoo, I don't know why I keep talking about it. I keep coming back here. There's something going on here. Something keep going on. Something going. So Twin said, hard to read a book that was given us during slavery. Hey, you know what, brother? It could be hard to read. There's a lot of books that's hard to read. What I found is that here's a quote from my mentor. It simply says this: if you want your life to be easy, do what's hard. Right? But if you want your life to be hard, do what's easy. Now, here's Vivian saying, no, usually the pastor picks the chapters. So here we go, casting blame or casting responsibility on the pastor. Don't you got a book? Isn't it at your house? Couldn't you pick it up at any point in time that you wanted to? So what the pastor does on Sunday has absolutely nothing to do with what you do Monday through Friday or Saturday. You could have chose to read one chapter a day. You could have got it done in a year. Right? Hard to read a book, right? Just doing what's hard, right? To make your life easy. Guess what, twins? Most people choose the easy. They choose to do what's easy, and then they have a life that's hard. They choose to skip reading the Bible and just go to church and hope that makes up for them not reading. Right? So AV said, hey, being honest, that's why I never read it, because they didn't read it in church, truthfully. I get it. Well, you want your life to be easy, do what's hard. If you want your life to be hard, do what's easy. How many guys that are watching right now, you have chosen to do some of the hard stuff? Let's talk about what some of that hard stuff is, right? What I found is easy to do. One thing that's easy to do is easy to go into debt. It's hard to get out. How many guys have chosen to get out of debt? Let's keep talking about the money thing for a second. Another thing that's easy to do, it's easy to spend more than you earn. It's easy to do that. It's easy to get you a little credit card. It's easy to get you a little line because they want to get paid the interest. It's easy to do that. Know what else? You know what's hard to do? It's hard to discipline yourself to spend less than you earn. How many guys are actually choosing to do that? Would you agree that if you just discipline yourself to spend less than you earn, which is a hard thing to do, that your life will be easier? Would you also agree that if you chose, right, to do what's hard and get out of debt, instead of being stuck or enchained or slavery, financial slavery, if you chose to get out of debt, would you agree that your life will be easier? You see what I'm saying? So this philosophy that if you choose to do some of the hard stuff, now you might not choose to do all the hard stuff, but if you choose to do some of the hard stuff and complete those things, your life actually gets easier. You know what happens to the person who gets out of debt? They hardly get any mail. I don't get no mail. I go to the mailbox. It be barely anything in the mailbox for me because ain't nobody sending me no bills because I ain't got no debt. And what a relief it is to know that the only time I get some mail is when there's some product coming in that I can sell. And I can make some money from the mail that I get. I mean, I'll be waiting on the UPS guy. If you want your life to be easy, do what's hard. Knock out some of the hard stuff. And you're going to see your life is a breeze. These are things we weren't taught. These are things that most people won't even come to the conversation to hear. Because Let's face it. We all want an easy life, but most of us don't want to work for it. We want it to be given to us. And that's just not how this world works. There's no such thing as something for nothing. There's no such thing as making progress without struggle, without you going through something. It's called character development. This world wants you to be the very best person that you can be. And so it's got to take you through stuff to test you in order to level you up in your character. I'm telling you, the person who said, I want to get out of debt, and you actually go through the process of getting out of debt. What kind of character does that take? Does that develop in the person who said, man, this is the last payment? You get to that last payment, you start looking back of all the things that you had to go through, the things that you had to sacrifice, the things you had to give up, all the comfortabilities in this thing called life, because you had a goal and you realized and said, man, if I get here and I ain't got to pay nobody out no more, then now all this extra or the discretionary income that I now have, I can use to build. And so instead of me building someone else's dream, instead of sending someone else's kids to the best college, instead of doing all that with this little money, now I'm able to use my money to multiply. And I scratched and clawed my way out of the mess I put myself in. Look at this there. Mark said, man, I have to resist moving faster than my budget. Me too, Mark. Like, I'm telling you something, man, this is so real, brother. I had to resist moving faster than my budget will allow almost every day. It would be easy to grow if I accepted a lot of debt to do it. And I'm in the same boat, man. Now, I don't know if it'd be easy to grow. That's debatable. But I get the premise, right? Because I'm in the same position, right? I'm sitting up here looking at 29th, the 30th, and the 31st, Black Friday. And I'm like, man, if I just acquire all this stuff, I'm going to be ready. And then I look at my little account and it's getting smaller and smaller. And I'm like, shit, I gotta wait. I gotta wait till this weekend, go sell some more stuff. Then I can go make that order. But I want to make the order now because I want to make sure that it gets here in time for me to sell on Black Friday. It's a big juggling act, but it's called discipline because I'm building my business debt free. And I don't care what nobody got to say because I'm going to show people that it can be done. And then I'm going to build my school debt free. I'm going to show people that it can be done because we just simply don't believe. We believe you got to be in debt. Although the book tells us that you don't have to be in debt, we still believe or go against it all the time. It tells, owe no man nothing but money. We say we're going to owe men everything. And this is why I keep saying, like the book or the words of the book or the messages from the book or the scriptures from the book, they're in our head but not in our heart. We can recite them, but we won't operate in them because they're in our head but not in our heart. So that's not smart. She said, sometimes I ignore the bills and they will stop sending me the bills. That's not wise. That's not wise at all. Why would you ignore what you owe? You ignore long enough to get cut off. That's not a good strategy at all. No, you need to, it's best to be the adult and deal with what you have created. I see the bill. If I can't pay it, what's the adult thing to do? Pick up the phone. Hey, I can't pay this. Don't ignore the bill. That's not that we can't teach that. That's releasing responsibility. That's not taking responsibility. We can't teach that. Ignore the bill? No, you created the bill. You used the stuff. You used the power. You used the lights. You used the cable. You used it. You created the bill, but you're going to ignore it when it comes. See, that's that kind of stuff. That's that bullshit right there. Okay, I'm just going to be honest. I know you owe them Miss Goodrich, but that's some bullshit right there. They are making offers all the time. Hey, don't get mad at me because I want to tell the truth. And I'm going to call you out on your BS. That is BS. Ignoring the bill that you created. What it'd be like if you doing business and you done gave somebody, you provided for some type of service, somebody, You know what I'm saying? You do a little massage or something, or you bake cakes or whatever it is, and then you send this thing called a bill or an invoice to your customer. And your customer says, you know what? I'm just going to ignore the bill. Now, you wouldn't like that to happen to you, but yet you're doing it to the people that you provide, that provide and serve you. See, this is called karma. This is why a lot of people in the situation they're in now, because they will do something to other people, other businesses, other companies that they don't want done to themselves. And then they don't feel any type of remorse. They don't feel bad at all. They just like, oh, that's just how it goes. No, that is immature. That is not taking responsibility. That don't fly. Why? Because you wouldn't want it done to you. You would not want that done to you. So if that's the case, why are you doing it to this business? Why are you doing it to someone else? And then when it comes back on you, you want to cry, act like you didn't bring it on yourself. Man, I'm telling you this. Do you see what I'm saying? We bring some of this stuff on ourselves because of how we operate with others. We don't understand these things. How you do one thing is how you do everything. And I'm telling you, people, your age has nothing to do with your maturity. When I was a child, I thought like a child. When I was a child, I reasoned like a child. When I was a child, I talked like a child. But now that I'm an adult, or now that I'm mature, or now that I am woke, I've put childish things away. Right? Here's my question to you. What childish things is it time for you to put away? What childish things is it that you're saying, you know, I can't take this with me into 2020? We're getting down to the end of a year, end of a decade, and I realize there's still some childish things in me that I need to put away. When I was a child, I had a temper. I blow up on everybody when I was a child. You know, I couldn't control my emotions. That's childish. And we all still got a little child in us somewhere. There's some area in our life where I call it neglect. You've been neglecting your child in that area. For many people, it's your finances. Right? You're a child in that area. There's nothing wrong. It's called admitting where you are. For many of us in our community, it's our health. We've been neglecting our health. And we're starting to see the cumulative effects of neglect. And then that leads to regret. Like, man, I knew I should have done something about this a long time ago. Now I'm sitting here in surgery, and I'm just hoping I make it through. Well, you're in surgery because of neglect. You neglected to deal with your weight. You neglected to deal with the fatty, saturated foods that you kept eating year after year, month after month, week after week. You neglected to listen to the nutritionist. You neglected to take the walk around the block. You neglected to do these small, simple disciplines. And now you're getting to a place where you have regret. Now, regret is actually not a bad thing. Because regret, what that leads us typically to is to try to make sure that the next generation doesn't do the same things that I regret now that I'm still alive, if you are still alive. You start saying, man, yeah, I didn't do the best when it came to my health, and now I become health conscious and I start teaching health principles to the next generation. So regret actually isn't a bad thing, not for the community. It might be bad for you individually because there's some things that are just irreversible. And once you get to a certain space, a certain age, a certain time frame in your life. When I was a child, I thought like a child. I reasoned like a child. Let's talk about this reasoning like a child. Oh my goodness, we see this pop up in relationships. Reasoning like a child. Refusing to communicate. not knowing how to get your point across, always raising your voice, throwing a temper tantrum, out of control of your emotions. I reasoned like a child. We see this a lot in relationships. Your relationships with other people, your relationship with money, your relationships on the job. When I was a child, I talked like a child. Ooh, now we're talking about vocabulary. Leveling up in the words that you use to then, because the words that you choose to use are filled with power. And they lead either to death or destruction, right? I mean, they lead to life or death. When I was a child, I talked like a child. It simply can be how you talk about yourself when no one else is around. You might put on a good front for the social media, but then when you get in front of the mirror to yourself, you don't like yourself. You don't like what you've become. You wish you could share it with the world, but you have a facade that you have to keep up with. But in that still small space, you're like, I ain't got it all together. When I was a child, I'm asking you to decide to put away some childish things. We all have them. No one is excluded from this. We all got that little thing that we know it's time for us to mature in this area. What's that for you? Saying, you know what, 2020, we can't take this with us. We've been dealing with this for too long. We've been stubborn in this area. We've been filled with pride in this area. We've been filled with ego in this area. We've been making excuses in this area. We've been procrastinating in this area. See, the child procrastinates. The child gets told to sweep the floor. The child says, I'll do it after I go play. The parent says, no, you'll do it before or you won't go play. So childish things is, even procrastination is a childish thing. I'll do it after. I'll do it later. I'll get to it at some point in time. Even that's childish, if you think about it. Man, we're supposed to go over Black Fortunes tonight. It don't look like we getting the Black Fortunes tonight. And I had some time to do it. I know you guys, I mean, I can get to it if y'all want. Let me see how long it is. Because if we got time, we might well go ahead and knock it out. Because it's been about a week and a half since we done went over Black Fortunes. Let me see how long this little chapter is. Whoo, Lord. Oh, Lord, it's a little long. Yeah, a little too long. Y'all want to go through it 30 minutes? Can we get it done in 30 minutes? No, I don't think we can get it done in 30 minutes, guys. What's today? Thursday? We'll save it. We'll pick it up. You know what? Here's what I'll do. I'll do Black Fortunes in the morning. So tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock, we're gonna do Black Fortunes. We gotta knock this thing out. So Black Fortunes, the Center chapter 9. We'll do that as part of our morning presentation. So I'll do the affirmation, and we'll get right into Black Fortunes. We'll knock it out in the morning at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time for our fun Friday. How about that? Is that a good compromise? I think that's a good compromise. So I think we all have attributes that still require work. I choose to emphasize my strengths and work on my weaknesses. Absolutely. I think the biggest thing, though, Mark, is that this whole conversation is about identifying those areas. See, some of us have done a good job of identifying those areas. Some of us act like those areas don't exist. And so because we overlook them, or we neglect them, or we act like they're not there, right? And if we've been told time and time again, people have come into our life and shared this with us, and we choose to ignore, we choose not to identify or acknowledge that this is still a part of my makeup. And when we choose that, we're basically just saying, you know what? I'm okay. I'm cool with dealing with this. Right? I'm cool going off on people every time I get slighted. I'm cool with talking more than not listening. I'm cool with having a bad attitude, although I think my attitude is great. Who are you to tell me? I'm cool with this pride that I've been carrying around. I'm cool with this anger that I've been harboring in my life for the past 10 years. I'm cool on that. You see what I'm saying? But identifying those things, saying, okay, this is a little weakness of mine, and I can work on it. That's a little bit different. That is mature. Say, you know what? Yeah, I've been told and I recognize it. I'm still work in progress, but at least I can accept that this is been a part of my makeup, my personality, whatever the case may be, over how long it's been. And when I can get to a place where I admit that this is an issue and I'm still working on this issue, that is mature. That is mature. All right, beautiful people, in the comments below, I'd like you to share something that you learned tonight. I don't do this just to do this. I do this to make a difference. And hopefully something I said has sparked something in you to take you to another level. I really don't consider myself to be a motivational speaker. That's not really what I'm being called to do, but obviously you have to communicate in ways that gets people to move. I think I'm pretty good at getting people to do something. I'm basically asking you, was this worth your time, this hour and a half that we spent trying to share something with the people to get them to get out of their own way? Was this worth your time, and why? Was this worth your time, and why? Of course, many of you that are here, you're part of the BBC, the Black Billionaires Club, but there's some of you who are not. And you might be saying, man, I need more of this. I need more of someone who's willing to hold me accountable. I need to be around other people who are doing things and moving and shaking and making things happen. Well, you can do that. It's called Join the Club. When I said earlier that I didn't have much remorse for the brother who was late, well, I didn't have much remorse for him because he's not a part of the club anyway. If he was investing in our club, I would have had a little bit more tolerance for what happened today. But I am super serious about investing in those who have invested in us. It's not team me, it's team we. If you need some assistance, you're saying, man, I got some things I want to do, and I realize I can't do it by myself, because if I could do it by myself, it'd already be done. I do want to work with a team because I realize that we can go farther together than I can on my own. Well, join the Black Billionaires Club. So we go to the website, theblackbillionairesclub.com. That's right, theblackbillionairesclub.com. Click on join the club and make a decision. It's a financial decision. It's a very minimal financial decision, and you would be surprised how many people decide, even on this weekend that's coming up, because the weekend is here, the weekend is made to get rich. There are people who are going to decide to spend $20, $30, $50, $100, $500 over this weekend to stay broke. But they won't spend $20 a month to get rich. And as my old saying, for those that have been following me for a long time, y'all know that saying, hashtag we sick, boss. We sick, boss. I've even said, man, being all over the place, not being able to say no, business will expose your weaknesses. Stick to growing your business, and other streams will open. Absolutely. There is no coddling here. Nope. Yes, it is worth my time. You are feeding me mature and positive perspectives to break these cycles. Even Ms. Goodman said, yes, it's worth it because I learned from you. Absolutely. I love that about business. Absolutely, man. That's what we do, Mr. James Brooke Moore. Yeah, man. I know you got some things you got going on, ready to help you take that thing to the next level as well, man. That's just what we do in the Black Billionaires Club. Well, my beautiful people, here we go. We can often refer back to mindset. It's critical to continue to self-reflect on your current situation and where you want to go. Where you want to go. Well, beautiful people, say thanks so much for tuning in to tonight's episode. I want you to remember this, that it takes a village. It starts with us. Let's build as we climb together. We all we got, people. Matter of fact, we all we need. And thank God, that's more than enough. For those of you who might be going to bed pretty soon, I want you to take some time to meditate on the words that we shared here tonight. And I pray to God that he would enter into your dreams tonight as you are waiting for him to receive him. And he give you a dream. And that dream there be so vivid that you wake up in the morning at some point in time, whether it be in the wee hours in the morning or at that normal time that you get up. And you remember that dream. And then you take that dream, you say, man, I'm going to make me a goal out of this thing because God just gave me $1 million, $1 trillion, $1 billion idea. And you take that goal. And he start to put together a plan in order to how to accomplish that goal. And then you get up, you get out, and you go get something. And you crush that goal. Till next time, you know what time it is. Mr. DJ hits the music.
The new Black Wall Street. Thanks you for joining the show. We gave a lot of great tips, but it's time to go. Take the knowledge we shared, hope you use it and grow. We'll see you all there at the next episode of The New Black Wall Street. The New Black Wall Street.